If you know anything, please come and bring my son back.
A 7-month-old baby boy was reportedly kidnapped right out of this Big 5 parking lot.
He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
7-month-old Emmanuel Haro is missing. The parents are the #1 suspects, and now they've decided they will no longer be cooperating with police. Today we will be breaking down the mother's account of exactly what happened that day during this alleged kidnapping, and we'll also be taking a deep dive into the dark past of the father, Jake Haro, and you will soon see why this story has taken the nation by storm as we look into his violent past with a history of child abuse as well as domestic violence. I will advise you that this horrifying story may bring you to tears as we uncover the truth and the search continues for Emmanuel Haro. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow along as this story unfolds into a nightmare.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said, "Hola." And I woke up right here on the floor. And I didn't see Emmanuel.
So according to Rebecca Haro, while in the parking lot of a local sporting goods store, she was changing Emmanuel Haro's diaper when she was approached from behind by the alleged kidnapper who said, "Hola." According to her story, she was then knocked out and fell to the ground, and that is what would explain the black eye. When she was attacked from behind, she claims to have fell forward, in which she fell face first. However, she states that she never actually saw her attacker. By the time she woke up and came back to, her attacker was gone, and so was Emmanuel Haro. Many people are finding this story hard to believe because from her account, her attacker attacked her from behind, so she never actually got a good look at this person. However, she was able to identify the voice as a male voice. It just doesn't seem as though a person that attacks you from behind would give you a black eye. You will probably see the person coming in front of you. And with there being no eyewitnesses of this event, I need you to let me know in the comments below, what do you believe? Is she being truthful, or is there a dark secret Rebecca Haro is trying to hide?
Studying the case. Okay. You started with a call, my baby is missing. What do we know about the call? What was said specifically in that call? Words matter, even one word matters.
She said the baby was kidnapped.
Joy, what were the circumstances Mommy related at that time as to how the 7-month-old baby was taken?
Well, I spoke to her the very next morning. So I spoke to her at the Big 5. She agreed to do an interview with us because at that time she was frantically searching for her child. And what she told me in that interview was that she had left the park with her stepson and left their 2-year-old daughter with the father to go and get that mouth guard from the Big 5 parking lot not too far away in Yucaipa, which is about an hour and a half east of Los Angeles in San Bernardino County. And she had gone to the parking lot, and she said when she got out of their pickup truck from the front seat and went to grab her baby in the back seat, she said she could smell that his diaper needed changing. So she laid him there on the back seat behind the driver's side door, because she said she was on the driver's side, and she started to change her diaper when someone attacked her. She said she didn't see him, and then she woke up a few seconds later. She blacked out, and she woke up, and the baby was gone.
Wait, hold up. Did you hit the like button yet? Okay, don't worry about it. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as we hear a quick word from our sponsors. Every star in the sky reminds me of you, because even in the darkest of times, you still shine bright. Silence Breaker isn't just a shirt, it's a reminder that you have a story that deserves to be heard.
Now, here's another fact. She smells the dirty dye. She's at the parking lot at Big 5, and I need to talk to you about surveillance video. You were there. I want to find out about cams. But she smells the dirty dye. She gets out of the truck. He, I assume, is in a baby seat in the back seat. She gets him out, and then she's attacked. But isn't it true? She says she hears a man say, "Hola."
Yes, that is what she told me. She said she heard a man say hola, but she didn't see him. And he attacked her from behind, but the black eye is in front. And so I did ask her about her injuries, and she said that she was punched, which was one of the inconsistencies that were discussed.
But if she was punched from behind, wouldn't it make more sense to have maybe a knot on the back of her head? Not necessarily a black eye in the front of her face. Because I would think that your attacker would have to be squared up with you in order to give you a black eye. Nonetheless, let's continue.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Would you agree that Jake Haro appears to be a highly distraught and concerned parent? Don't fault yourself if you said yes, because that's the way it seems. But there's a darker side to this man that I want to go ahead and show you now that you may not be aware of. And once you see this clip, I want to know if you still feel the same way.
It is day 6 of a desperate search for a 7-month-old baby boy named Emmanuel Haro. And the details that we've just learned about the baby's father and his criminal past, absolutely hair-raising. The number of children that have been moved out of the Haro home into the custody of others is nothing short of alarming. Let me take you back for a moment. Baby Emmanuel was reported missing last Thursday. His mother, Rebecca Haro, claimed that a stranger approached her from behind, said hola, and then knocked her unconscious. She says when she woke up, baby Emmanuel was gone, right there in the parking lot, gone. But according to investigators, Rebecca's story didn't add up all the way. Rebecca refused a lie detector test, and both she and her husband have stopped cooperating with the police, the authorities say.
To all of my parents in the chat, if your child is missing and the police are ready to exhaust their resources to help you find them, would it behoove you not to cooperate? I just want to know. Because if my child was missing, I'd be open to anyone that was willing to help me find them.
To be clear, there have been no charges filed against Jake or Rebecca Haro. And Jake's attorney insisted right here on this show last night that his client, Jake Haro, is cooperating, despite that statement from the police suggesting otherwise. Tonight it is Jake's past, however, that is becoming a lot more worrisome. Yesterday we learned about his felony child cruelty conviction, the one that put him in jail for 6 months back in 2023. Both Jake and his ex-wife Vanessa Avila pleaded guilty to the charges, and tonight we have learned that crime was committed against his own 10-week-old baby girl.
I need you to pay very close attention to the violent crime committed by Jake Haro, and then ask yourself if 6 months or a 180-day sentence was sufficient for what he did.
A child who survived but suffered horrendous lifelong injuries. We've got photos of the child, and I should tell you that the family has given us permission to show those photos, likely as a warning about Jake Haro. But I do want to tell you this. When we show you those photos, they are quite disturbing, so fair warning in advance. Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull, and to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Haro home, and she was adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now 7 years old, but take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries was permanent. Promise was left blind. Promise was left unable to walk. Promise was left unable to talk and unable to swallow due to strangulation.
simply going to hell is too good for Jake Haro. No. I believe people like Jake Haro deserve a taste of their own medicine, because this wasn't just child cruelty. This wasn't just child abuse. This was attempted murder. And you, Jake Haro, are worse than the gum on the bottom of my shoe. You are less than that. You are less than the cockroaches that crawl the grounds of this earth. You are worse than the serpents that literally sliver on their bellies. Hell is too good for you.
We are told from this cousin that Promise has 3% brain function, that Promise needs a feeding tube, and that Promise will need round-the-clock care for the rest of her life.
And when we uncover the truth of what really happened to Emmanuel Haro, you will need round-the-clock protective custody, because there are people in this world that want to have children. There are people in this world that aren't afforded the opportunity to give birth. And you have had multiple children that have had them been taken out of your custody because you are a danger to children and women. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are a small, weak, and pathetic man.
So let's just contemplate this as you see these pictures. Jake Haro, who beat this child, received 6 months in jail and probation afterwards.
Please hit the like button to help spread awareness and uncover the truth about what happened to Emmanuel Haro, and help spread the truth about who Jake Haro is and why he should have never been able to have this kid in the first place.
The same cousin who adopted this little girl, Promise, also took in Jake's oldest son, who she says was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. That child was named after his father, Jake, but the cousin also renamed the little boy. His new name is Carlos. And now this same cousin who has taken in 2 of Jake Haro's children, one that Jake Haro beat into a lifelong condition, another that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now this cousin is caring for a 3rd child removed from the Haro home just this week. A 2-year-old child was taken out of Jake and Rebecca's care.
Listen to me, Jake, and you too, Rebecca, because you're just as bad, because you're covering up for this pathetic piece of crap, okay? He's a pathetic piece of ish, and you're covering up for him. Both of you are gonna spend the rest of your lives in prison. And I hope, Rebecca, that there's mothers in there that wish they could be with their kids, and that wish they got a second chance, and that wish they could have the same beautiful children that you guys had. I hope they make you pay. And Jake, oh brother, I already know you're in for a thrill when you get there. Shout out to the Rugerverse and all of my superstars. It is your boy Reek Ruger. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up.